Today is the 1st of March and my quarantine in Phuket is now over. I'm flying up to Chiang Mai, and today being St. David's Day, I may well be the only person in Thailand to be sporting a daffodil. The advantages and disadvantages of booking into a hostel under a pandemic conditions. First of all, you come up to your hostel and you see this sign. Dear lovely customer, I've got COVID, I'm in quarantine. So then you try and open the door and it doesn't open and there's nobody in there. So then you phone this number and nobody answers. So then you cry and they phone you back. And then they try and tell you how to get in and it takes ages. But eventually they tell you the number for the key code to get in over the phone, which I've forgotten. But I don't need it now because I got in. Having got in, and it's rather cool, you discover that you're the only occupant of this rather nice hostel. And then she says, go up the stairs. She's on the phone to me. So I go up the stairs. This is like an escape room, but I've got to unescape. And then she says, look in the black box. So obviously, you know, it's really obvious which black box she means. But eventually, I've discovered it was box A to E. So in the black box was a key. There it is. Which allowed me access to the next level. Up we go. All on my own in here. At least I think I am. Might be somebody looking at me thinking I'm a dickhead. And because the key had A on it, I took that as a clue that I should use this door. So in I went, undeterred, to find that I've got a choice of 10 beds, and I've got to put 292 baht in the tip box to stay here for 2 nights. Oh, I forgot about the sheets. She told me where the sheets were hidden as well. An additional wrinkle. But that was okay, because I'm in. This is Chiang Mai, but not as you know it. This is my 4th visit to Chiang Mai. First time I was here was 30 years ago. Then again about 3 years ago. Then 2 years ago I was here for a month to go to the dentist. This is Chiang Mai without the tourists. I mean, there are tourists here, but they're few and far between. It's quiet. The hostel I'm staying in is a very nice place, but I'm the only one in it. I've been here 3 days. I walked past a couple of guest houses I've previously stayed at, and they're closed. Real nice places. It's weird. And when I say I've got this backpacker hostel all to myself, I'm really not kidding. Not only am I the only guest, but I haven't seen a single member of staff or owner or anybody since I got here. I've spoken to people on the phone, and a cleaner did turn up one day while I was out, but other than that, I've got this 4-story building to myself. It is weird. I have now moved out of my hostel where I stayed for a week, which was fine, if a trifle lonely, and I've moved into an apartment. Now the reason I'm making this video is to share this top tip. If you come to Thailand and you stay in one place for any length of time, get an apartment. The rules in Thailand state that you can't rent apartments out for less than a month. So I've got this for a month, I've paid for a month, and I probably won't stay for the whole month. I'll probably move out before then, but it'll still be cheaper than renting a booking.com place by the day or the week or whatever. Also, the other big reason is it's really quite nice. I've got a couple of rooms, I've got a little kitchen, I've got a nice view, it's in a good location, so I'm happy. It is 1 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. This place is just open, so let's see how long it takes me to get my visa extension. Came out of the immigration place and forgot to make a video, but I was in there for about just over an hour, and there it is. There's my 30-day visa, so I'm good to go. I may or may not spend all of that time in Chiang Mai. Either way, I like Chiang Mai, so this could be a good point to do a very quick whistle-stop tour of the areas of Chiang Mai with which I am familiar, starting with the old city, which is a perfect square of land located in the middle of Chiang Mai, demarcated by a moat, and in a lot of places a wall. When you first come to Chiang Mai, you are likely to stay here in the old city. Now, that's not a bad idea because it contains a wide variety of accommodation. Some really beautiful temples. Nightlife. A big central plaza where they often hold events. Tonight it's just kids skateboarding on this sacred monument. Lots of fancy shops. As well as, of course, a wide variety of places to eat. I'm by the Three Kings Monument in the centre of the city, and here is a thing I've just discovered which is really cool. It's a 3D map made out of bronze, and it shows where all the roads are, where all the temples are located inside the city. You can see the gates, the main gates that are coming into the city. It shows the moat. There's a gate, the moat running around the edge of the city. Love it. It's very Game of Thrones, that. But not everything is located inside the old city. This is the north gate to the city. Here's the city wall behind me, and over there's a good food market, and to the north of here there's a couple of little suburbs that are also worth a look. This is Niman. This is my dentist, so that's why I come here. Last time I came here it was full of fashionable young Chinese people. They seem to have all gone now. This area is full of little boutique shops, and if you want to spend $5 for a cup of coffee, this is the place you want to come. So, moving on from Niman and its urbanly chic vibe, we go across this big road to Santitam, which is the area I'm staying in, where you can do your laundry in the street. There's my laundry. This is the main street of Santitam. I've stayed here previously and I really like this area. It's got lots of quirky little shops and stuff, but it's far more traditionally Thai than the area of Niman, just over there. And my final little bit of advice for Chiang Mai would be not where to stay, but when to come here. if you can time your visit for around about November and you can be here on the full moon, you'll be here for Loi Krathong, which is the festival that is celebrated in all parts of Thailand, but it's particularly big in Chiang Mai. I was here a couple of years ago for it and it blew me away. All the lanterns up in the sky and the fireworks and all the lanterns floating down the river. I rode around on my scooter all night and it's a night I'll never forget. This video has gone on for more than 10 minutes now, so I'll wind it up with a quick visit to Nong Hoi Market, which is so far superior to all the ridiculous walking street markets that all the tourists go to. Also, the noodles here are excellent and extremely cheap. I just realised this is the first time I've eaten anything with my new teeth. Quite an interesting experience, actually.